Alright, what's up y'all? It's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about the facilitating finisher. Now the topic of this video is the absurd amount of different pie charts this build could be. I'm gonna read them off to you real quick. So we got the play slash, as you can see on the screen right now, it's the playmaking and slashing pie chart. On top of that, I'm going in order of the ones that you would probably expect to see. So we have the play slash, play defender, pure play, slash sharp, sharp defender, pure slasher, pure sharp, and the play sharp. So 8 of the 10 available pie charts you can make to be having the title facilitating finisher. So anyway, we're gonna get straight into this video. I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. And like I said, we're gonna get straight into this. So, like I said, the first one we're showing you is the play slash. This is the most common you're probably gonna see. You got the slash takeover. It's the one that really, embodies the build the most. Playmaking and finishing, facilitating and finisher. You get the deal. But anyway, moving along to the next one, we got the playmaking defending pie chart. Like I said, this is the second most realistic one. You got good playmaking and facilitating abilities while still having contact dunks. It makes complete sense to still have the facilitating finisher title. But like I said, I'm going to explain this out the gate. And like I said, we're not here to really break down the best possible way to build these builds. I'm just flat out showing y'all that it can have the title facilitating finisher no matter what it is. So again, and I'm telling you, some of these are really, really bad. I'm talking the pure slasher is a horrible build. You got the pure sharp and the play sharp that are horrible builds. But still, it's the fact that you can make, for instance, this is going to be the fourth one that I show, where it's the sharp defender build. I just don't understand how in 2K20 you can have a title of facilitating finisher where you would think, you have two main pieces of your pie chart, and for the first one that I showed y'all, it's the finishing and playmaking combo. But the fact of the matter is, you can go with a two-way sharp that has the shooting and defense combo, and it has nothing to do with finishing or playmaking, and it still has the title facilitating finisher. So anyway, basically the topic of this video is just putting the titles of 2K20 on blast and kind of just saying how stupid it is flat out. But anyway, the takeover that I choose doesn't exactly matter. You can see I just go with the lockdown takeover. But anyway, you can see I'm going to show the title of every single build just to prove that it says facilitating finisher afterwards. And like I said, this one right here was the playmaking defender. So moving on to number 3, we got the pure playmaker. Now, this one right here is very interesting. This is where things get real weird. So you're going to see this one, and then the slash sharp that I show next, and then the sharp defender that I show 5th. Is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. So with this one right here, you can see we go with the pure yellow pie chart. Now this is where this build can be called a facilitating finisher, still have solid playmaking, solid finishing and shooting. Not the greatest defense, I will admit, but again, it's going to have the title facilitating finisher. And if you adjusted it a little bit differently and had a little bit better defense, you could still make it have the same title. The key to this one is to not have too high of pass accuracy. You're going to see I drop it down to 83, and you have to do that to have the facilitating finisher title. Now, you're gonna see there's gonna be crazy specifications that we show later on in this list right here, but I want to mention the fact that this build right here, the way I'm building it, has 8, 15, 18, and 7, and you can get sharp takeover with this build. So the key, you got to be a little bit taller. Unfortunately, 6'8" is not the best way to make a pure playmaker, but like I said, if you go minimum weight, minimum wingspan, or 82 on the dot, actually. Okay, so sorry, I don't know my own numbers, but 82 on the dot, you can get sharp takeover. Now, I'm going to show a couple different ways of what happens when you tweak the wingspan, just down 1, up 1, whatever it may be, but you can see, title is facilitating finisher. Now, when you go back in and edit the build, and we're going to move the wingspan down by 1. Now, when you move the wingspan down by 1, it changes your player title to a slashing playmaker. When you move the wingspan up 1 to 82.9, I believe, instead of 82.0, you get the title of the facilitating finisher still, but you don't get sharp takeover. So as you can see, literally one wingspan changes it to a slashing playmaker. We go back in and edit again. I'm going to edit it to 82.9. I believe that's what it is. It's one tick up from the 82.0. So anyway, you can see, boom, 82.9, there we go. And as you can see, no longer sharp takeover, but it still keeps the facilitating finisher title. Super weird stuff, y'all. And I gotta show props to my boy Kitchen, CB Chillin'. I'm gonna link his channel in the top comment, the pinned comment. Y'all go show him some love. He is the build god himself. I'm talking, this dude knows absolutely everything when it comes to these builds, and he helped me out with a ton of these. So like I said, go show my boy some love. I'm gonna leave his channel in the top comment. But moving along to number 4, we have the slash sharp. This one's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple to make. You've seen Joe Knows probably make this build and I gotta shout out Joe as well. Obviously, he is the mascot of this facilitating finisher title. He has 3 builds with the title himself, and I believe this is one of them. The other one is obviously his LeBron build, his play slash, and then I believe the other one is a play defender. I'm not exactly positive, but I believe so. But anyway, like I said, this is the slash sharp right here. This one's pretty straightforward. Upgrade the slashing, sharpshooter, and playmaking stuff as well. And then, you know, lack the defense a little bit, but this is a pretty solid build overall. The playmaking ability lacks a little bit. As you can see, it only has 8. And, you know, the defense isn't perfect. It's not what you would want. It only has 4. But, again, you're going to drop it down to 6'6". I don't think you can go 6'5". You might be able to, but 6'6" is the perfect way. You can still get contact dunks with this build. You drop the wingspan down to 81.8, and you can get sharp takeover with this build, and shot creator too, low key. And I mean, I don't know why I'm gassing it up like that. Obviously, sharp takeover is pretty common thing, but anyway, I'm just going in and showing, you know, the minor tweaks that happen, and you won't be able to get, you know, the facilitating finisher title. So drop the wingspan down to 80.9, and as you can see, we have the 3-level scorer title. It's really crazy, honestly, how, you know, very specific tweaks on a build can make the most massive title difference. And the title difference itself, like I said earlier in the video, is so crazy at how, you know, impactful that could be to how somebody defends you. I'm talking, like I said, you could have the idea that a facilitating finisher is strictly a play slash or play defender, so you're mostly trying to protect the hoop. You're gonna let that dude shoot really often. Meanwhile, all he really is a two-way sharp. So as we get to that, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what the two-way sharp is. But like I said, just some final specifications, just showing you again how to make this build precisely. 81.8, it's the perfect way to go. Sharp takeover, facilitating finisher. You get the deal. Anyway, moving along to the next one. We got the two-way sharp. So this is the thing I've been gassing up all video. It's real crazy as to, like, you know, how different this is from the play slash itself. Like I said, I mean, you got the 2 pie charts with the playmaking and slashing, then you got the opposite ones with the sharp and defense. It really speaks to, like I said, how crazy the variety of the title of this build is, and just 2K20 in general, how bad the titling and, you know, descriptions of builds really are. So with this build, you got to upgrade a little bit on the finishing. You can see we end up with 18 shooting. It's still a pretty solid build overall. I mean, you get 10 playmaking, 18 shooting, 6 finishing, and I believe somewhere in the teens for defense. Okay, yes, you get 19. The one bad thing is, as you can see, you have no interior defense and no block. I myself am not a big fan of that. So you're gonna see, I just could not stand seeing this build with low steal. I took the steal off and put it into interior defense and block. I just can't stand seeing a build with low interior D or block, or at least one of the two. But for the sake of y'all watching this, I know a lot of you aren't gonna like seeing the low badges, like 4 less, so I just upgraded steal anyway. I was like, okay, get over my OCD and just go ahead and do it. You can see you go up to 176 on the weight. You don't have to do that, but you get an extra interior defense for doing so. And then you max the wingspan out. Now this is the thing with this build, I will say. As you know, you're like a two-way sharp, right? So you can see whatever title you go with, you got the facilitating finisher. Now, I don't know if I would go with the sharp takeover, because that completely gives away the fact that you can shoot. If you go with a lock takeover, they're not exactly gonna know that you're a two-way sharp. So that's the one thing I'll tell y'all to keep in mind. Now, my boy Kitchen, like I said, he put me on to how to do this. If you put the pass accuracy down to 79, just put it anywhere else that you want. You can put it into interior defense. You can go ahead and just put it into block. It doesn't matter. You're gonna see you go 6'5" again. Same thing. Minimum, well, not minimum weight, but 176. Again, you see the one tick on the interior defense go up, and then max wingspan. And again, now you can have the title of the two-way finisher. And this is where I would definitely recommend to go with the lock takeover. You can see I go with the sharp just to show that you can get it. But again, if you go with the sharp takeover, that completely gives away the fact that you can shoot. Two-way finisher is usually a playmaking defender or a pure lock build. Now you are gonna have Hall of Fame shooting badges, and 18 of them. That is honestly so crazy, and so, like, just, it really changes the game a lot if you want to talk about that. And again, the fact that you get lock takeover, somebody's probably gonna think you're a play lock, right? Or you could even go with, I don't know if the playmaker takeover was an option. I don't think I would do that, just the fact that it's not a good function of your build. You're not gonna want play takeover on a two-way sharp with, you know, pretty mediocre ball handling ability. However, I mean, Kitchen does have a build at 6'4", where he upgraded his post moves a little bit so he can get a couple better playmaking badges. But anyway, moving along to the next one. This right here is the pure slasher. Now this build is absolutely trash, okay? I don't recommend for y'all to do this. It's a horrible build. As you can see, I'm gonna go back and pause on the badge count right here. It has 6, 10, 19, and 8. That's okay, right? But you're a pure slasher. Your only Hall of Fame badges are in the finishing category, and the only thing you can do is upgrade driving dunk to 90. So again, I don't really mean to say that you know, these last 3 builds are any good. These last 3 builds are complete trash, and you got to really upgrade things that don't make sense to upgrade in the first place just to make it all work. But anyway, you can see I'm just doing this for the sake of showing y'all how stupid this facilitating finisher title is. So we go with the pure slasher that only has 6 finishing badges and 90 driving dunk but no layup, and you're gonna see we get this title steal. And look at the build comparisons, bro. You got James Worthy, Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron James for this garbage build right here, and it doesn't even get slash takeover, and it's a pure slasher. No matter what you do, it doesn't get slash takeover. So again, I don't want y'all to think that this is me showing good builds by any means in this last portion right here. And right here, I'm just showing y'all, you know, if you go with the minimum wingspan, max wingspan, it doesn't matter. You still get the facilitating finisher title. However, if you change your height at all from that 6'9", you don't get it. I'm just gonna show again, minimum weight, you go max wingspan just to prove it, and we're gonna go with the playmaker takeover again. And now the build title changes to slasher. So moving along to the next one, this right here is probably one of the, you know, one of the ones that make the absolute least sense, other than the two-way sharp, for this build to be kind of like specified to. So this right here is the pure sharp, like I said. And again, the fact that now this is a horrible build as well. I want y'all to just, I can't stress this enough. It's a bad build. You can upgrade free throw and post fade all the way to still get your shooting badges, but the thing with the facilitating finisher is you have to have good driving ability and good playmaking. So, and you can't have overly good mid-range or three-pointer. So this is what we did, all right? We only go with 73, or it might have been 75 on the mid-range and three-pointer, and then you have to max out the playmaking. You're gonna see we go with the defense a little bit too. Like I said, this is a horrible build, y'all. Do not make this by any means. It's complete trash. It's not worth making. The fact that it's a pure sharp and it only has 75 three-pointer is already awful in the first place. And again, I would not recommend to make this at all. But anyway, you can see 22, 7 and 7, 1 finishing badge. And again, the fact that it's a facilitating finisher, but it has one finishing badge and has 58 driving dunk and 57, you know, ball control with 69 speed, I just don't understand that in the slightest. But anyway, I go with the sharp takeover right here. No sense in going with the playmaker. I don't know. Long story short, this build is complete garbage. But we got the facilitating finisher title again. As I've done throughout the whole video, I'm gonna show y'all what minor tweak has to happen to not have this title anymore. And as you're gonna see, it's literally as soon as you put any shooting into this build any higher than the 75, it completely just goes away from you. So you're gonna see I took the three-pointer up 2 more, go with whatever takeover, doesn't really matter, that we're just doing this for the video sake. And now you have an inside out facilitator. So moving on to the final one, we have the PLAYSHARP. Now, the two that I was not able to, no matter what we did, me and Kitchen, to be able to try to, you know, get the build title. We couldn't do the finisher defender, so the slash and defense pie chart, and we couldn't get the pure lock either. I think both of them just don't have good enough shooting ability, or no, it was playmaking ability, sorry. They don't have good enough playmaking ability to make it happen. To be fair, I didn't try them at like 6'2", I suppose, but for all intents and purposes, I don't believe you can get the build title. If y'all want to try it out yourself, feel free to. It's actually kind of fun to just play around with this. It might just be for my sake because I'm a YouTuber and I'm trying to provide y'all with something that'd be a funny video or like a cool video to see right here. But maybe y'all find some interest in this too. I know Kitchen finds it super interesting as well. But like I said, the final one right here, it's the PLAYSHARP build. Honestly, it's not completely awful. I will say it's still a pretty garbage build, but the tallest you can go with this build, or the shortest I should say, is 6'6". Now, the shorter you can go with this PLAYSHARP build, the more functional it becomes in an actual like pick and roll sense. I believe you have to go with the small forward position. Maybe you can do it with the shooting guard, but I don't believe so. Anyway, you can see you get shot creator takeover on a facilitating finisher. That right there, it would just leave me absolutely, you know, clueless as to what this build is. And again, to find out that it would have Hall of Fame playmaking and shooting badges instead of, you know, playmaking and finishing or playmaking and defense like I would expect it is just crazy. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. If we get this one to 500 likes in the first 24 hours, I'd really appreciate that. Y'all been killing it lately. You know the deal, man. I really appreciate all the love and support. I'm recording this video in advance as well. I'm gonna be playing that rec double rep as well. Probably like all 24 hours of it. So this is me recording at midnight, the night right before it. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you made it to the very end of the video, put finisher in the comments to show your support that you made it all the way through to the end of this portion of the video. And like I said, if we get this one to 500 likes, I'd really appreciate that. But other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.